maybe 2 or 3 times a week, but not heavily. And
All right, 2 to 3 times a week is a lot.
yeah.
And this could have turned out so. All right, who's here on John Philip D. McCarter?
On Your Honor, David T. Arena.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good to see you.
You too. All right, court is calling. And I'm sorry, counsel, if you are going to speak, if you'll move down to that end.
Good.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 012474, State versus John Philip D. McCarter. Can I have parties announced for the record? State,
Megan Galloway for the state.
defense.
David T. Arena for Mr. McCarter.
And are you Mr. McCarter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is compliance with discovery. Is this an application for deferred adjudication or community supervision?
For community supervision, Your Honor, not eligible for deferred.
So, Mr. McCarter, did you sign the document entitled Application for Community Supervision?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you review that with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the record is clear. The court has an application for deferred adjudication as well. Do both parties agree that your agreement is for community supervision only?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you understand, sir, that there's no application for deferred adjudication. That's not a part of your agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand, community supervision is a conviction.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated with a child under 15. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
No, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. McCarter, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's $1,000 fine. State recommends community supervision and ignition interlock for half the term. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, community service hours, DWI intervention course, VIP, and 10 days in the Bear County Jail as a jail sanction. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offers State's Exhibit number 1 and attachments.
Any objections?
No objection.
State, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I do, Your Honor. Just for the court to take judicial notice, it is his first sin. He's never had one of these before. He's got a clean record. And
Everyone, please whisper.
and he's been extremely remorseful, which is difficult for this judge to see, but it's, I've done a few of these and he's definitely taken it seriously. So we would ask for an ankle monitor instead of incarceration, but we leave that, of course, up to Your Honor.
All right, so how often have you been drinking?
I haven't had it since the incident.
Mhm.
I have not had a drink since the incident.
All right, and how often were you drinking before the incident?
Not maybe 2-3 times a week, but not heavily and.
All right, 2 to 3 times a week is a lot.
Yeah.
And this could have turned out so horribly wrong because you're on 35, there's construction. You have your children in the car. You drank a lot, according to this. And then the fact that you're driving around with the 18 pack of Miller Lite, they say on the floorboard and only 4 cans remaining.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes. Ma'am.
So are you in any type of treatment?
Not currently. No.
Have you received any treatment?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Was Child Protective Services involved?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, who picked up the children?
My mother did.
All right, and do the children live with you?
Yes.
And who else lives with you?
I'm sorry.
Who else lives in the
It's
home?
just me and my children.
So where's the mother?
The mother is, we're divorced, so she has her own home. And we split time 50/50. Yes.
All right.
And I homeschool my children too.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm a commercial plumbing estimator. So I work from home.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. The court is finding you guilty. The court is gonna sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years. There's $1,000 fine. That will be probated. Ignition interlock until further notice. You all say ignition interlock for half a term. Any objection? Because I'm changing that part of your plea bargaining agreement. So the ignition interlock is going to be until further notice.
No objection.
So if any objection, sir? All right, so ignition interlock until further notice. Of course, at half the term, you can come back to the court. And if he's doing well, more likely than not, I'll allow him to be off ignition interlock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Probation, make sure there's alcohol testing with the UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And probation, make sure you have them check the home for any alcohol. DWI intervention, VIP. All right. And there's a driver license suspension for 180 days. There's going to be 180 sober meetings in 180 days. CAP evaluation out of custody. And probation, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. If they recommend outpatient treatment, I still want to start him with intensive outpatient treatment. There's going to be, I'm going to give you a choice. I can sentence you to 10 days, starting today in the Bexar County Jail for your jail sanction, or I can place you on GPS for 30 days.
GPS.
All right, so there'll be 30 days GPS in lieu of 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. And the reason why I'm doing that is because of the hardship. You have your children 50% of the time, and there's overcrowding at the jail. And also there are some health concerns at the jail.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Probation, is there anything else that's needed? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
It's Probation, who do I go to for that?
Oh, they'll let you know.
Okay,
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. DWIs, nobody, I've never, or at least I have yet, in all my time as a judge, all my time as a defense attorney or prosecutor, have somebody who said, I was drinking, and the reason why I was drinking because I wanted to go out and kill somebody. I never heard that from anybody. You know what ends up happening? They end up drinking. They don't realize they're intoxicated, or either they think, it's not that bad, I can still drive. And they end up killing somebody. And usually it's the person who's just trying to get home, or usually it's the soccer mom or soccer dad or children. And if you would have hit somebody or killed somebody, this would be a whole different case. So you're one of those people who cannot drink alcohol, period.
Mhm.
I don't drink alcohol, and the reason why I don't drink it is because I don't think it tastes good. I never acquired a taste for it. So while you're on this probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all. And it's not just because this is DWI. The legislature has mandated everybody who's on probation, you can't drink alcohol, whether it's in your home, at a cookout, it is not allowed. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there is an issue, you need to let your probation officer know. If you feel you're going to take a drink, pick up the phone, call your probation officer. Because you need to figure out while you're on this probation, what helps you maintain your sobriety. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court and
Thank you,
address it
Your
with me. All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just remain in court, and probation will go over conditions with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Was a PSI done on this case? Oh, defendant waives PSI. Thank you. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 012-731, State of Texas versus Cody Kraus. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Opinion for the state of Texas?
for the defense?
Mark Darling for the defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Cody Cross? All right, both parties agreed to waive the PSI. Is that correct, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, according to your plea bargain agreement, the state was proceeding on count 4 only. State waived count 1, 2, and 3 without objection. You waived the PSI. To count 4, you entered a plea of no contest. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at a cap of 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state opposes your application for deferred adjudication. The state is silent on your application for community supervision. This is to run concurrent with 2024 CC 742862. The state is taking in consideration 2024 CC 742860, 2024 AL 004803, and there's to be no contact with the complainant.
That's not an issue now.
All right. So are there any witnesses? State you're opposed to his application for deferred adjudication?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
And why are you opposed to the application for deferred adjudication?
Given his criminal history, Your Honor, the defendant, even as a juvenile, has many assault cases, a lot of them involving the same victim. The cases that are being running concurrent and TSC'd as well include the same victim. So given the defendant's history for violent offenses, we are opposing his application for deferred adjudication.
All right, and what is his criminal history?
So in 2012, he had 3 juvenile ABI charges. In 2022, he had a burglary vehicle charge that he did 1 year of deferred adjudication on.
And did he successfully complete that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
He has one of the 2023 ABI cases that's currently pending that's part of this plea deal. The terroristic threat in 2024 that's currently pending as part of the plea deal as well. Another 2024 ABI that's pending as part of this plea deal. And he's got some out-of-state charges from Oklahoma for DUI and possession of a controlled substance that are currently still pending in that state.
all right. All right, any witnesses state with regards to your opposition to deferred adjudication?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defense, any witnesses?
Judge, I'd like to call Ivy Regalado. She's present today for about 5 or 10 minutes of testimony.
Sure, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Kraus, if you'll step over there, please. All right, you can come forward. Could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ivy,
All right, and could you spell your last name, please?
Regalado.
All right, I asked you to do that for the court reporter and also for myself. All right, defense?
Ms. Regalado, do you know Cody Kraus?
Yes, I do.
And how do you know him?
I work for Sam Ministries as a rapid rehousing case manager, and he is one of my clients.
And so is it fair to say that Mr. Kraus was seeking housing through your entity?
Yes, Cody Cross is on my youth program, and he was homeless, and we have been working together to stabilize him financially, education-wise, and housing-wise.
And what's your understanding of his housing situation right now?
Right now, if he was able to get probation, I would still be able to house him. Because of his age, he is priority on the housing list, because he is under the age of 25. If he was, if he did serve more time and did not get out until he is 25, the chances of him getting housing with any kind of assistance is dramatically reduced.
Okay, and what is his history that you learned during the process of trying to get him housing?
Cody has extensive childhood trauma that has been unresolved. I have been working with him to get into counseling and to take anger management classes. I do understand that he has been in and out of the system for a very long time. But working with him and learning more about him, I do believe that he's not given a fair chance and has not been given a fair chance. And I would like to continue working with him to get him out.
Okay, and when you say he's been in and out of the system, are you talking about as a CPS foster child?
Correct, yes.
And did he qualify for housing before his extended incarceration pursuant to the pending charges? Did he qualify?
Yes,
And your testimony then is that he still qualifies should he be able to get out?
yes, if he was able to get out, he could continue on my caseload for almost another 2 years, which would help him go to therapy free of charge, get housing free of charge. He could go back and get his GED and pursue further education, also free of charge with working with our organization.
And did he indicate a willingness and desire to participate in your organization except for purposes of the housing?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and then does Mr. Kraus have a CPS case wherein he's a parent right now?
Yes, he does.
And he does he have obligations under a service plan that he needs to complete in order to maintain his parental rights?
Yes, he does.
Okay, would he be able to do that if he was incarcerated?
I know. He did not.
Judge, I'll pass the witness.
All right, any questions?
Yes, a few questions. Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Now, you testified earlier about your interaction with the defendant, Mr. Cody Kraus. Could you please testify again as far as when you first came into contact with him?
I believe it was April of last year, so I've been working with him almost a year, and he was referred to me by my supervisor.
Okay, almost 1 year of contact with you.
Yes,
Were you aware of any of his history prior to that time?
We have some case notes when we get the referral, but most of it is just one-on-one conversations with him.
Were you aware of any of his criminal history at all?
Yes.
Okay. And does his criminal history play any type of role or decision making into his applicability for housing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. You mentioned that you have, or that he's going through counseling, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of counseling is he going through?
So we had put in the referral right before he got arrested, to do, counseling and psychotherapy. And this can be done virtual or in person,
Okay.
with UT Health.
Has he been in compliance with his counseling?
He has not been able to because he's been incarcerated. I will just say that the referral was, voluntary. It's not mandated to stay part of the program. He chose to do that by himself.
Now, are you aware that even after you come into contact with him in April, that he's committing crimes in September?
Yes, I am.
So despite that, that's again not playing a part in in your decision for housing on him, correct?
Correct. So when he was released, when he went back home, the apartment that we had worked together for him to establish was only in his name.
Okay,
I understand that there was a, violation where he was not supposed to get in contact with her, with the defendant. But that housing was just for Cody. I'm not making excuses, I'm just offering an explanation, that the other person was not supposed to be in the household. But we were working on, because she would not leave, we were working on getting him rehoused somewhere where she did not know the address to, so that way they would not have contact.
Yep.
So if he was released on, probation, we can immediately house him somewhere else to where, again, there would be no contact with that home.
no further questions, Ryan.
Any further questions?
Pass it with Ms. Judge.
All right, I have a few questions. So when did you start working with him? What's the month and year?
April 2024.
All right. And when you began working with him, was he already in this relationship?
They were on, yes,
All right, and were you aware of that?
yes.
And when you were working with him, was there any work done related to any relationship issues he had with the complainant?
We had done the housing separate from her, just because they were having some issues. Cody had decided just to get the apartment by himself, so that way she would have, his housing could be stable. When that happened, a couple months later, if that, she had stated that she had nowhere to go with their children, so he let her into the apartment. But she was never on the lease, and we were just trying to work it out through going to therapy to see if they were going to work it out or if they were going to just, if she was gonna leave.
All right. And then do you remember what month or of when she moved back in or when she moved in?
May, June, I'm not too certain.
All right. And did you ever do any therapy inside the home?
Me,
Yes, or anyone else?
so we do, at least bi-weekly visits, and so I would go in, we would talk about his goals. She, even though she wasn't my client, she was able to be part of the goals because she had, she was on the housing. But I just worked mainly with him because she didn't really want to do anything. So we did like biopsychosocial assessments, mental health assessments, just to see where he was at mental health wise. And I gave him resources like the UT Health partnership that we have, and he decided to take advantage of that. A little bit too late, but he did volunteer to put in that referral.
All right. So you just said something about housing. So she was never, she's on housing, is that correct? But she's not supposed to be in that house.
So the way that our program works is we have one client. So he was the one that got pulled for housing. If the kids come or a spouse come, then they're automatically able to get resources from us, but he would be the main client. So if she chooses not to do any services like the GED or employment, then that's not something that's something that's just out of my control. And I would really just focus with him because he's the main one.
Okay. And what type of services are you offering him now if he were placed on probation?
And so if you were placed on probation, immediately we would try to house him. The goal is always under 30 days, but we can make that happen in 24 to 48 hours with the landlords that we work with. And from there, we make a housing goal. So if he wants to go back for his GED, we can set him up with that. We also partner with Goodwill to get him employed, work on a resume, work around his criminal background. And we also work with UT Health for the counseling. Sorry, I'm blanking. But we have resources for everything, and the goal is to, after the year to 2 years, you can be in a place where you can get mental health help, you can get physical help. So we can help them with SNAP benefits, we can help them get Medicaid, so we can go to the doctor.
So does he have mental health issues?
I would say yes.
Does he have any drug issues?
Prior, yes.
And prior, what was that?
From my understanding, just weed, not just weed. But I was never, nothing else from my understanding.
All right, if the court were to grant him probation as a part of his housing, could you ensure the court that you would not allow other persons to stay in that house?
Yes, it can. We work with the landlord. If the landlord sees somebody, or if I see somebody, because we can just be dropping visits, we can talk to him about it. We can talk to the court about it, which I'm assuming there would be something in place. But from the conversations that we've had since getting arrested, because we've had a couple, I do think that he genuinely understands the severity of, while you were in that mindset of trying to do the right thing for the right reasons, look at where it's landed you, and I do understand that. I do think that he understands the severity of this cannot happen again.
All right, so here's the problem. I've just been informed by the state that he has out-of-county issues as well, and they're still open. So how is that addressed? Because he has out-of-county cases as well.
I can talk to my supervisor. I know we have worked with out of county. I haven't had that experience with a client, but I do know that we work with other courts to resolve that so they can keep their housing.
All right, and if the court were to send him to prison, would you all still be able to work with him when he was released?
No, he would have to get back on the waiting list. But again, there's priority given to ages 18 to 24. Just because so many have just aged out of foster care. That's my grant. So he would have to just go to the general one, which is about a 5 to 7 year waiting list right now. And so he would not be eligible just to get back on the services because he would age out from the program.
All right, and so how long do you have this placement open for him?
Right now, we're just waiting for a decision from you. But we can, if he was released, we could keep him up to almost a year and a half now. From now, because he was only technically housed for about 5 to 6 months, and we can keep him open for 24 months.
All right, so here's the problem. I don't know what's going on with his out-of-county cases. I don't know if he has a warrant for that or not. So he may not be released. So I'm just trying to find out if I were to grant him probation and he's not released from the other county, if they pick him up, how long would the opening last for him? Because if I were to grant him probation, once he's released from custody, I would want him immediately in the program. So is that possible?
Yes, so as long as we know that there's updates, as long as we have updates, so even me coming here today, that's something that I can place note that he's still my client and we can keep him open. And that doesn't go towards the year and a half. So as long as we know where he's at, what's happening and there's updates, then we can keep him open so that the day he's released, he has somewhere to go.
All right. Thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. Any other questions?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Maybe just one question more, if that's
Sure.
okay. You mentioned earlier that in your opinion, you feel you've got mental health issues. Is that correct? And have you had any training or experience being a mental health professional?
And so I have a common fund, I have my common fund share certificate. We do extensive training, with childhood issues, with ACEs, we do biopsychosocials. And then from there, we take it to a professional, but I think anybody with that kind of childhood knows kind of issues. is that-
I understand. But have you ever made a mental health diagnosis yourself?
No.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
I just wanted to call Mr. Kraus for a second, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, so before you call him as a witness. I don't know, he may say something that will make me make up my mind, or he may not. But what I'm gonna tell both parties, there are two things that I need to know before I can make a ruling on whether or not to send him to prison or whether or not to place him on probation. Two things I need to know. Somebody needs to contact whoever his attorney is out of county to find out what level those DWIs are and exactly what is going to be happening with that. Because if they are, sending him to jail, if it's a misdemeanor, or sending him to prison, then all of this is for naught. So I need that. And if somebody wants to call the complainant as a witness and have them zoom in, that would be appreciated.
Your Honor, we have reached out to the complainant and she's not getting back advice, so I don't know that that's gonna be possible for the state's end.
All right. So counsel, how long will it take you to find out who his attorney is and what is happening with the misdemeanor cases or felony cases that are in that other county?
Well, that's largely dependent on the quality of information that the state can give me so I can begin my search. I'm not
Oh, let me
aware
help
of
you with that.
these.
Come forward, sir. Come forward.
Yes.
What county are your other cases out of?
It's Oklahoma City. They had, when I first.
No, no, no. Listen to my questions. What county are your cases out of?
Around Oklahoma.
All right. Do you know your case number?
No.
Do you know who your attorney is there? All right, so we're off the record. This is the court's suggestion that you call Oklahoma, the county that he's out of, get in touch with the public defender's office, because I think they have a public defender there, and find out what is happening with his cases there.
I can do that, Judge.
Because my hands will be tied depending on what is happening there. So how much time do you want, counsel?
Your Honor, I was probably about 3 days. I'd like, if I could come back on Thursday, that'd probably be good, or
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, if you can recall it for Thursday. And to your witness, are you able to come back on Thursday? All right, so if you can be back here on Thursday, that would be great. All right, is there anything else?
nothing from the defense, Judge.
Your Honor,
Nothing from the state.
may I speak?
No, that's probably not in your best interest.
It's going on.
All right, so we'll be back on February 13th.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2023 CR 9472, State of Texas versus Ricardo Ramirez Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
In Galloway for the state.
defense?
Yeah, Luis Martinez from Mr. Ramirez.
And are you Ricardo Ramirez Jr.?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Ricardo Ramirez Jr. who's placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 9472 for the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more on April 29, 2024 for a term of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 30 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Ricardo Ramirez Jr. Defendant there failed to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of portable alcohol monitoring device. In that the defendant skipped 33 required test windows from August 21st, 2024 through December 23rd, 2024 in violation of condition number 30.
To that, how do you plead? True or not true?
Sure.
State,
Judge, to the agreement.
with regards to the,
Highway and abandoned first.
any
With-
objection?
Without objection, Judge.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 30, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 6 years in the prison and up to $2,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 30?
Yes, ma'am.
court will find violation of condition number 30 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, sir. You're asking that you amend the conditions to, or deny our motion and amend the conditions to order the defendant to complete a TAP evaluation and follow the recommendations, and then to address what was pledged true to. We're asking for a scram device for 60 days.
All right, is that what you all are requesting?
Yes, Judge, that's what we're requesting.
All right, probation. What are you all requesting? And any objection to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, Judge. And for the court's information, that was, where the state and defense are both asking to follow what's recommended in the court summary.
The recommendation based on the court summary is the scram for 60 days, continue with Pam as originally ordered, complete a TAP evaluation and follow the recommendations, Judge.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ricardo Ramirez Jr.
All right, why are you not following your conditions?
It's in the morning window. When I wake up to work, I get up early in a rush, try to make it to work. And then by the time I realize that it blew into my window, it's past the 10 o'clock window.
So, and Judge, just so the court knows, he's got some documented anxiety issues. He also does not drive, so he's on foot and works in the downtown area.
Mhm.
You know, it's planning as much as it is anything else. I think what's going on really is that Mr. Ramirez is trying to make probation work around his life instead of making his life work around probation.
Mhm.
And obviously that needs to be adjusted.
All right, and why haven't, on this, it says that you have yet to complete community service. How many community service hours have you completed?
I made a donation back in October of 2024 to the food bank. I made another one this month, again to the food bank for, I believe, a total of 60 hours out of the 200 required. And my plan was to make donations through the life of the probation to resolve that.
Just a moment, I'm sorry. People, can you scan this for me? And there's pages on the back as well. You'll scan it to me. All right.
And my plan was to make donations to the food bank or another charity for the life of probation to resolve that 200 hours.
All right, so here's my question for you. Are you serious about this probation, or do you just want to be revoked and go to prison?
I do not want to be revoked and go to prison.
So how are we going to change all of this?
Making sure I hit those windows. I think a good start is the 60 days on Scram. It's a constant reminder of why I'm here and what I need to do and what I need to follow. So once I'm done with the 60 days and I fulfill that obligation, then I know the PAM device is just as serious as the Scram device. So I have to take those windows serious and not miss any of them.
All right, so what do you think should happen if you come before me again with missing windows?
You have the full right to prosecute me to the extent. I understand the consequences going forward if I have to come here again in front of you.
All right, this is what the court will do. The court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include the following. And I'm following the recommendation of probation, which both the state and the defense are in agreement with. And you're in agreement with the recommendation as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so this is a part of your new contract with the court. And let me remind you, this is a contract with the court. It's not a contract with your attorney or the state. So when they say they've reached an agreement, I don't have an obligation to follow it. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so alternate main conditions. It's going to be 60 days Scram. Continue with Pam until further notice. There's going to be a TAP evaluation out of custody. You're going to follow the TAP recommendations. Counsel, if you disagree with those recommendations, you can have it brought back to court.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And I'm looking at the other concerns that are listed in the court summary, I'm telling you now, do not drink mouthwash. Do not come in here saying that you drank mouthwash or something else. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything that has alcohol in it, you're not allowed to drink it, and you're not allowed to rinse with it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And have you done any sober support meetings?
Yes, Your Honor.
How many have you done?
I finished the 90 days, 90 required meetings in 90 days. I have the log that I can.
And do you still do sober
yes,
support meetings?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You need to continue with that. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Court is calling 2022 CR 7826A State versus John Ray Perez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Robert Porter for Mr. Pettis.
And are you Mr. Perez?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same John Ray Perez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 7826A for the offense of burglary of a building with intent to commit theft on January 10th, 2023 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Suspended, and that is violation of condition number 1 on or about the 31st day of December 2024 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, John Ray Perez, committed the offense of evading arrest, detention, causing FBI violation of condition number 1.
Right. And to that offense, you said causing SBI?
Yes.
I don't have that in the amended motion. Am I missing it? I just have evading, commit the offense of evading arrest or detention. All right, I see it.
Well,
No, I see the one that y'all have. To violation of condition number 1, how do you plead? True or not true?
True.
State,
And in the remainder, Your Honor.
no,
any objections?
no, yeah.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Sure.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1? Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, it's to grant the state's motion to enter an adjudication of guilt against the defendant, revoke his community supervision, and sentence him to 16 months in state jail facility. And the state will be taken into consideration, clause number 2024 PF 29675.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the numbers after the PF?
29675.
All right, and then probation. With regards to restitution, was there any restitution for Michael John McLaughlin?
Just give me 1 moment.
And state you're not requesting restitution? All right, are you defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Perez, are you asking the court to follow that agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 1 as true as previously stated. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility, taking consideration 2024 PF 29675. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Just that he gets credit for the time served.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I said that. And I see I did not. Credit for any time served.
Thank you.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record, make changes in your life. Otherwise, as I always tell people, there's always room at the prison. Nobody ever says there's no room at the prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Have a seat, sir.
আছি বগুড়ায়, আর বগুড়ার সব সেরা রাঁধুনিরা তাদের হাতের খাবার নিয়ে চলে এসেছেন। কেমন করছেন তারা, চলুন দেখা যাক। দর্শক, অসংখ্য প্রতিযোগীর মধ্য থেকে প্রাথমিকভাবে বাছাইকৃত প্রতিযোগীরা আজ হাজির হয়েছে বগুড়াতে। প্রত্যেকের স্বপ্ন একটাই, হতে চায় সেরা রাঁধুনি, এবং একটু পরেই তারা মুখোমুখি হবে বিচারকদের। তারা কি ভাবছেন, মনের মধ্যে কিরকম দুশ্চিন্তা হচ্ছে, কে কি রেসিপি নিয়ে এসেছেন এবং তাদের জন্য কতটা সহজ হবে ঢাকায় যাওয়ার টিকিট পাওয়া, কথা বলবো প্রতিযোগীদের সাথে, দেখি তারা কি ভাবছেন। কেমন আছেন?
ভালো আছি, আপনি ভালো আছেন?
আপনার রেসিপি কি?
আমার রেসিপিটা হচ্ছে ক্যারামেল অরেঞ্জ ইয়োগার্ট।
ওকে, এটার মূল ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস কি?
এটার মূল ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্ট হচ্ছে দই, বগুড়ার বিখ্যাত দই, আমি সেটা দিয়ে ফিউশন করার ট্রাই করেছি।
আপনি এর আগেও অংশ নিয়েছিলেন সম্ভবত 1427 এবং গ্র্যান্ড অডিশন থেকে বাদ পড়েছিলেন, রাইট?
রাইট।
এবারের রেসিপি কি?
এবারের রেসিপি হচ্ছে আমার চকলেট মোকা স্ট্রবেরি চিজ কেক। অল আর মাই সিক্রেট রেসিপি, সো আই এম ভেরি এক্সাইটেড।
কুমু, কেমন আছেন?
ভালো আছি, আপনি কেমন আছেন?
খুব ভালো। এর আগে 1427-এ লাকি 7 থেকে বাদ পড়েছিলেন, এবার কি মনে হচ্ছে?
প্রথমবারের যে অভিজ্ঞতা, বর্তমানে আমি তারপর আরো 2 বছর সময় নিয়েছি, শিখেছি, তো নিজেকে এবারে তৈরি করে এনেছি, ইনশাল্লাহ ভালো কিছু একটা হবে।
আপনার রেসিপির মূল বৈশিষ্ট্য কি?
আমার রেসিপির মূল বৈশিষ্ট্য হচ্ছে গ্রাম্য নিয়ে এসেছি, মানে আমার গ্রামের যে জিনিসপত্র সে প্রেজেন্ট করবো।
একসঙ্গে কতজনের রান্না করতে পারবেন?
আমি যদি বলি, এখন আমাদের বাসায় যত গেস্ট আসে আপ টু 20।
একটু কি ভয় লাগছে?
হ্যাঁ, একটু ভয় কাজ করছে, কারণ ফার্স্ট টাইম কোনো রিয়েলিটি শোতে আসছি।
তারপর আপনার জন্য শুভকামনা রইল।
সো মাচ।
দর্শক, ভয় তো লাগবেই, এবং এই ভয়কে জয় করাই হচ্ছে যে কোনো প্রতিযোগীর কাজ। সেরা রাঁধুনি কিন্তু একটা লম্বা প্রতিযোগিতা, এবং এই রেসে টিকে থাকার জন্য আপনাকে অবশ্যই অন্যদের চাইতে বেটার রেসিপি দিতে হবে, এবং সেই রেসিপির মধ্য দিয়ে কিন্তু যারা আমাদের বিচারক রয়েছেন তাদের মন জয় করতে হবে। সো দেখা যাক কি হয়, আমাদের সঙ্গেই থাকুন। দর্শক, আমাদের মাঝে বিচারকেরা চলে এসেছেন। একটু পরেই শুরু হবে ফুড টেস্টিং এবং সেই সাথে জাজমেন্ট। আমি এবার কথা বলবো আমাদের বিচারকদের সাথে, দেখি তারা কি ভাবছেন। ওয়েলকাম টু বগুড়া অডিশন। কি খবর?
ভালো, তুমি কেমন আছো?
আমি খুব ভালো আছি, এবং আমি ভুল না করলে এবার দিয়ে বোধহয় 5ম বারের মতো আপনি আসলে বিচারকের দায়িত্ব পালন করছেন। বগুড়ার প্রতিযোগী, সর্বোপরি এবারের প্রতিযোগীদের নিয়ে আপনার কি বলার আছে?
প্রত্যাশা তো অনেক বেশি, কারণ বগুড়া সবসময় সব সিজনেই অনেক ভালো ভালো পার্টিসিপেন্টস আমরা পেয়ে থাকি সেরা রাঁধুনিতে। তো এবারেও আমি আশা করছি যে অ্যাটলিস্ট টপ 5 পর্যন্ত যেন যেতে পারে, এরকম পার্টিসিপেন্টস আমরা এখান থেকে নিয়ে যেতে পারি, এটাই আমাদের প্রত্যাশা।
শেফ নাইম আশরাফ, দ্বিতীয়বারের মতো সেরা রাঁধুনির অডিশনের দায়িত্ব পালন করছেন বিচারকের। কেমন লাগছে বা কি মনে করছেন এবারের এই আয়োজন নিয়ে?
সেরা রাঁধুনি গত সিজনে আমরা রংপুর দিয়ে শুরু করেছিলাম, সো এবার বগুড়াতে নতুন পার্টিসিপেন্টসদের খাওয়া ট্রাই করার জন্য ভেরি এক্সাইটেড। রেসিপি সিলেকশনে আমি সবগুলো রেসিপি দেখেছি, সিলেক্ট করেছি, সো ওগুলো খাওয়ার জন্য এবার এখানে আশা করি অনেক ভালো পার্টিসিপেন্টস বগুড়া থেকে পাবো।
অনেক অনেক ভালোবাসা। আমার মনে হয় আমি আর সময় নষ্ট না করি, আপনার ভেতরে চলে যান।
তোমাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
থ্যাংক ইউ। দর্শক, আমাদের প্রধান 2 বিচারককে তো পেয়ে গেছি, কিন্তু বগুড়াতে রয়েছেন আমাদের আরও একজন অতিথি বিচারক। তিনি ঠিক কোথায় আমি এখনো জানি না, তাকে খুঁজে পাচ্ছি না। তিনি এলেই কিন্তু শুরু হয়ে যাবে আমাদের মূল অডিশন রাউন্ড।
আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাঁধুনি।
Mình đã tô xong quả dứa với cái màu cam nha, phần lá là màu xanh nè. Còn phần chùm nho này, đây là một chùm nho chín nha. Mình đã xong cái màu cam này rồi. Mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu tím nha. Màu tím nha. Đây là cái màu tím nè. Mình sẽ xếp lại cái màu của mình vào cái hộp màu này. Để cho nó đỡ chặt nha. Với những quả nho màu tím nhá, mình sẽ tô một chùm nho rất là nhiều quả nho nhỏ nha. Mình đang tô phần chùm nho với cái màu tím nhá. Một cái giỏ hoa quả gồm 4 loại quả là quả xoài, quả táo, quả cam và quả nho. Mình đang tô phần quả nho nha.
আপনার যদি লাক ভালো থাকে আমাদের সাথে নেক্সট অডিশন রাউন্ডে আপনি যেতে পারবেন। হ্যাঁ,
মানে এটা আপনি কেকের উপর দিতে পারেন না, দিস ইজ প্লাস্টিক, রাইট?
ওকে ওকে।
থ্যাংক ইউ। আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন কি বানাতে পারেন?
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন আমি পারি না। আমার মনে হয় আপনি একটু সময় নেন, ভালো করে শিখেন। জি।
হ্যালো শেফ, হ্যালো ম্যাম, হ্যালো ম্যাম।
হ্যালো।
এটা হলো আমি করেছি কোয়েল বেগুনের কালাইয়ের টাক। আমার আঞ্চলিকতাকেই আমি ফিউশন হিসেবে এখানে তুলে ধরেছি। আর পাশে ডেজার্ট হিসাবে রেখেছি জাম্বুরা খোসার মালাই চাপিটা।
ইন্টারেস্টিং। এটা প্লেট করা কোথা থেকে শিখলেন?
এমনি কমপ্লিট করার পরে যখন ঢাকাতে চাকরি প্রিপারেশনের জন্য যাই, তখন ওখান থেকে 3 মাসের একটা কোর্স করেছিলাম। ওখানে আপনার ডেকোরেশন, প্লেটিং অনেক কিছু শেখাইছিল। ছোটোখাটো কিছু ওখান থেকেই শেখা হয়েছে। আর ইউটিউব, সুপার শেফ, মাস্টার শেফ, কানাডিয়ান, অস্ট্রেলিয়ান এইসব দেখেই শিখেছি। আর আপনার ফুড নিয়ে এক্সপেরিমেন্ট করতে ভালোবাসি। খাদ্যের অবশিষ্ট অংশ ফেলে দিয়ে আমরা অনেক সময় নষ্ট করি, যাতে ওইগুলো আমরা ফুড হিসেবে আবার প্লেটিং করতে পারি, সেই হিসাবে এটা আমার করা। জাম্বুরার খোঁজ
সেরা রাঁধুনিতে কি ফার্স্ট টাইম?
না, এবার দিয়ে আমার সেকেন্ড টাইম।
আচ্ছা,
এর আগের বার আমি এসেছিলাম আপনার ওই টিমে ছিলাম।
আপনি কিচেনে কাজ করেন না কেন? হোটেল বা রেস্টুরেন্টে কাজ করেন না?
আমি আপনার 17-18 মাস মতন কাজ করেছিলাম আপনার রূপপুর পারমাণবিকের পাশে, মানে অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট হিসেবে ঢুকেছিলাম। পরে শেফ চলে যাওয়ার কারণে পুরো আমি হ্যান্ডেল করতাম ওইটা।
কিচেন লাইনে কাজ করতে চান?
অফকোর্স, এই জন্যই এখনো এর পিছনেই ছুটছে।
আপনার আইডিয়াস অনেক ভালো, ফুড আইডিয়াস অনেক ভালো, ফুডের টেস্টও অনেক ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আপনার খুব খুব ভালো চেষ্টা ছিল আর আমরা নতুন রেসিপি দেখলাম।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
তো আমার মনে হলো আপনাকে আমরা একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দেই, আপনার যদি লাক ভালো থাকে আমাদের সাথে নেক্সট অডিশন রাউন্ডে আপনি যেতে পারবেন।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাঁধুনি।
আমি নিয়ে এসেছি প্লেন রাইস, সরষে ইলিশ, আর হচ্ছে একটা ডাউল রান্না, বাড়িতে নর্মালি যেটা রান্না হয় আর কি, আর হচ্ছে 3 পদের ভর্তা।
এতটুকু তো এনাফ না সেরা রাঁধুনি হওয়ার জন্য।
কি রেসিপি বানিয়েছেন আজকে?
এটা স্যার ফ্রাইড চিকেন আর ফ্রাইড রাইস।
বাসায় রান্না করেন?
জি জি।
কি ধরনের রান্না?
নর্মাল রান্নাগুলো আম্মু করে আর একটু মানে অন্যরকম রান্নাগুলো আমি করেছি।
আম্মু তো সেরা রাজনীতি গিয়ে রান্না করে দিয়ে আসে।
না না, নর্মাল রান্নাও পারি ম্যাম, নর্মাল রান্নাও পারবো।
একটু স্কিলটা বাড়াতে হবে। হ্যাঁ,
জি, আমি নিয়ে আসছি অ্যারাবিয়ান চিকেন খাফসা।
এখানে স্টার অনিস ব্যবহার করেছো? স্টার অনিস অনেক বেশি স্ট্রং ফ্লেভার আছে।
খাপসা নিয়ে এসেছি, এটা খাপসা হয়নি।
আবার আসবে।
চিকেন ললিপপ, সাথে একটু সুইটের জন্য চকলেট কেক নিয়ে এসেছি।
ললিপপের সাথে রাইস যায় না।
চিকেন ললিপপ ইজ আ স্টার্টার।
এই জিনিসগুলো অবশ্যই মাথায় রাখতে হবে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
শারমিন কি বানিয়েছেন আজকে?
আমি এটা কাঁচা পেঁপের লাড্ডু বানিয়েছি।
শারমিন এটা আপনার নিজের রেসিপি?
জি।
ইটস রিয়েলি গুড। আমি খাওয়া স্টপ করতে পারছি না। আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন কি বানাতে পারেন?
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন আমি পারি না।
আমার মনে হয় আপনি একটু সময় নেন, ভালো করে শিখেন।
জি।
ফারজান আক্তার মিম,
জি।
কি বানিয়েছো?
পায়েস।
এত বড় প্লেটে কেন?
আসলে ডেকোরেশনের জন্য একটু বড়ই নিয়েছিলাম।
ডেকোরেশনের জন্য তো ভালো লাগছে না।
পায়েস সাধারণত এভাবে সার্ভ হয় না।
আপনার নাম বলবেন আর কি রেসিপি বানিয়েছেন সেটা?
আমার নাম মোহাম্মদ শাফিউল আলম, ডিশের নাম লিয়ার হ্যাভেন টিট।
এটা হ্যাভেন কোন দিক থেকে হলো?
একটা স্মুথি ভাব আসে এই জন্য।
একটা বাইট দিলাম আর একদম উড়ে হ্যাভেন। আমি খেয়ে যেটা দেখলাম কেকটা খুবই ড্রাই। সরি টু সে আমি যেতে পারি নাই হ্যাভেন।
অডিশন রাউন্ডে বিচারকদের কাছে প্রতিযোগীদের রেসিপির পাশাপাশি ফুড প্রেজেন্টেশন, কুকিং স্কিল, নলেজ, সেলফ কনফিডেন্স সহ বিভিন্ন বিষয়ে পরীক্ষার সম্মুখীন হতে হয়। সেই পরীক্ষায় অনেকেই বিচারকদের প্রত্যাশা পূরণ করতে পারেননি, তাই সেরা রাঁধুনি হওয়ার স্বপ্ন তাদের এখানেই থেমে যায়।
অয়েল ফ্রি আলু পনির। এটা
পনিরটা কিভাবে বানিয়েছে?
পনিরটা এটা কেনা পনির।
তাহলে তো আলুও বাজার থেকে কেনা। তাহলে আপনার কি?
আমার রান্না রেসিপি আমার।
আমার নাম নাসরিন আক্তার মিম। আমি আজকে করেছি ভ্যানিলা কেক, সাথে আমি করেছি হাঁসের মাংস।
কেকের সাথে হাঁসের মাংস।
কেকটা এখানে কেন, মানে টপ থেকে এডিবল?
নো,
সো এটা এডিবল না। এন্ড দেন হোয়াই ডিড ইউ পুট?
এটাও এডিবল না, এটা হচ্ছে প্রপার। হ্যাঁ,
মানে এটা আপনি কেকের উপর দিতে পারেন না। দিস ইজ প্লাস্টিক, রাইট?
ওকে ওকে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Insan ơi, Insan ơi, chuẩn bị dán đi kia đi. Mình đã tô xong 6 cái bông hoa trang trí ở cái lọ này nhá. Giờ mình sẽ tô đến cái phần thân của lọ hoa này, cái bình hoa này nhá, với cái màu tím này. Mình sẽ tô từ phần đáy lên. Lâm này. Chỉ phát này thôi. Một cái bình hoa với cái màu tím nhá. Vẫn ngủ hay là thức rồi ấy? Mình đang tô cái phần bình hoa với cái màu tím nhá. Phần những bông hoa trang trí trên bình, 6 bông hoa mình đã tô bằng màu đỏ rồi nha. Không đặt được à? Với cái bình màu tím rất là mộng mơ nha.
It looked really good. Taste-wise, it is also very good.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
কোথায় শিখলে বিফ লাজানিয়া বানানো?
এটাই ফার্স্টে ইউটিউব থেকে দেখেছিলাম অ্যান্ড দেন কয়েকবার বাসায় নিজে ট্রাই করেছি 4-5 বারের মতো, যখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে রেসিপিটা পারফেক্ট করতে পেরেছি।
আমি সেরা চমক
আমি মৌসুমি।
মৌসুমি কি বানিয়েছেন?
এটা হচ্ছে চকো ক্যারামেল চিজ কেক ব্লসম।
লুকস বিউটিফুল। আই থিঙ্ক আজকের দেখা ওয়ান অফ দ্য বেস্ট প্রেজেন্টেশন।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
কি করেন আপনি?
আমার ছোটোখাটো একটা বিজনেস আছে ফুড নিয়ে, পাশাপাশি আমি ট্রেনার হিসেবে রাজশাহী মহিলা টিটিসিতে আছি। আমি মাস্টার্স কমপ্লিট করেছি হোম ইকোনমিক্স থেকে, আর এছাড়াও আমি হোটেল ম্যানেজমেন্টে ডিপ্লোমা করেছি, আর এখন করছি হলো কুলিনারি আর্টসের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা। এছাড়াও আমি কিছু লেভেল কমপ্লিট করেছি যেটা কুকিং এবং বেকিংয়ের উপরে।
সো আপনি রাজশাহী টিটিসি ট্রেনার?
জি।
সো রাজশাহী টিটিসি ট্রেনার হিসেবে ইউ হোল্ড আ ভেরি হাই পজিশন ইন দ্য সোসাইটি, রাইট? সো ওই পজিশন থেকে এসে এরকম একটা প্ল্যাটফর্মে দাঁড়িয়ে নিজের খানাকে প্রুভ করা, দ্যাট টেকস আ লট অফ গাটস। অল ইউর স্টুডেন্টস আর ওয়াচিং, যারা আপনাকে চিনে তারা দেখছে।
জি।
অ্যান্ড এটা তো অ্যাবাউট নাও তো 50-50, ইট ক্যান গো এনি ডিরেকশনে। ফুড প্রেজেন্টেশন নিয়ে আমি বলেছি, ইট লুকড রিয়েলি গুড। টেস্ট ওয়াইজ ইট ইজ অলসো ভেরি গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
এভরি লেয়ার, ডিফারেন্ট এলিমেন্টস অফ ইট ভালো লেগেছে।
জি।
নিচের সসটা ভালো লেগেছে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আমাদের যদি সিলেক্ট হয়ে যান তাহলে কিন্তু একটা লম্বা সময় থাকতে হবে, মানে এত কিছু বাদ দিয়ে ওইটুকু কি করা সম্ভব?
সম্ভব, কারণ আমার বাচ্চারা খুব করে চায়, এটা তো আমার ভালো লাগার একটা জায়গা যে আমিও চাচ্ছি এখানে যেতে। সঙ্গে আমার বাচ্চাদের খুব ইচ্ছা যে তার মাকে এই পজিশনে দেখা যাক, তো আমি হয়তোবা জবও ছেড়ে দিতে পারি এখানে যাওয়ার জন্য।
মৌসুমি, আমরা আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিব, ঠিক আছে?
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আসুন।
ইয়েস, পেয়ে গেছি আমার কাঙ্ক্ষিত কার্ডটি। যদি আমি অ্যাপরনটি পেয়ে যাই, তো আমি যেখানে জব করি তাদেরকে আমি জানাবো আমি ছুটি চাই 2 মাসের জন্য। যদি তারা মানে রাজি হয় তাহলে ওকে, আর যদি না রাজি হয় তো আমার স্বপ্নপূরণের জন্য আমি জবটা ছেড়ে দেব, তাও আমি যেতে চাই ঢাকা।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
আমার নাম তাসনিয়া আলী।
কি বানিয়েছো আজকে?
আমি বানিয়েছি বিফ লাজানিয়া।
কোথায় শিখলে বিফ লাজানিয়া বানানো?
এটাই ফার্স্টে ইউটিউব থেকে দেখেছিলাম, অ্যান্ড দেন কয়েকবার বাসায় নিজে ট্রাই করেছি 4-5 বারের মতো, যখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে রেসিপিটা পারফেক্ট করতে পেরেছি।
সেটা পারফেক্ট আছে?
আই হোপ সো।
ইটালিয়ান আইটেমে কোন উপাদানটা ছাড়া কখনো ইটালিয়ান ডিশ হয় না?
টমেটো আর মৎজারেলা, ওদের প্রত্যেকটা আইটেমে কাইন্ড অফ এই দুইটা জিনিস কনসিস্টেন্ট থাকে।
অরিগানো অলসো।
অরিগানো অলসো, ইয়েস।
এখানে মৎজারেলা আসছে?
জি, হোমমেড মৎজারেলা, যেটা আমি নিজে বানিয়েছি।
হোমমেড?
জি।
I am very impressed যে you make your own mozzarella.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আর কি কি ইটালিয়ান ডিশ তুমি ভালো তৈরি করতে পারো?
স্প্যাগেটি উইথ মিটবলস, এটা ফ্রিকোয়েন্টলি বানাই। আর একটা হচ্ছে তিরামিসু।
বাংলা খাবার বানাতে পারো?
জি পারি।
5 ফোড়নে যে ব্যবহার করা হয়, 5 ফোড়ন নাম শুনেছো?
জি।
5টা মশলার নাম বলো তো।
মেথি, মৌরি, কালিজিরা, জিরা, নর্মাল জিরা, অ্যান্ড না সরি লাস্টটা মনে পড়তে
রাঁধুনি থাকে ওর মধ্যে।
ও হ্যাঁ, সর্ষে
রাঁধুনিও থাকে, রাঁধুনি থাকে। মনে করেন আপনি সেরা রাঁধুনি হয়ে গেলেন,
জি,
15 লক্ষ টাকাও পেলেন,
জি,
দেন করবেন কি?
আই থিঙ্ক কুলিনারি আর্টসে একটা ডিগ্রি পারসিউ করব ফার্স্ট অফ অল, অ্যান্ড বেকিংয়ে আমার আরও বেশি অনেক কিছু, যে অনেক টাইপের আইটেমস আছে, সো ওগুলো আমি আমার প্রফেশনালি শেখার ইচ্ছা আছে, তো আমি মোস্ট প্রবাবলি স্কিল বিল্ডিংয়ে ইনভেস্ট করব সবার ফার্স্ট।
So for now, we'll give you a waiting card. ঠিক আছে?
আমি ঠিকই জানি আমার মাঝে আমি।
Mình đã xong con nhím với cái màu nâu này nhé. Phần những lá mình sẽ tô bằng màu xanh. Những trồng cây mình cũng tô bằng màu xanh nha. Đây nữa nè. Đây là các phần cái cây nhỏ ở dưới của một cái tán lá cây to nhá. Những cây cỏ nhỏ ở dưới á. Phần gốc cây mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu nâu nè. Thân cây. Đây là cái màu nâu nha. Phần thân cây mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu nâu nha. Một gốc cây cổ thụ rất là to. Với tán lá này mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu xanh lá này nhá.